Welcome back, guys. So, I feel like we're getting close to the end of the story in terms of what might be happening to Ciri. I noticed when I saved down the last video that it said the Battle of Kaer Morhen as my next quest. So, whether or not this video is just going to be another long cutscene and then we head into what I'm assuming will be preparations for what we've got to do with all the groups of people that have bothered to show up, because we still don't know. I haven't gone in, you know, as much as I do in terms of who I've managed to get. Other than the ones that I know said yes, who knows is going to turn up? I don't know. Everybody could have been like, was there a party? Can I come? While I was out looking for Ciri. Doubt it, but you never know. So yeah, I don't know whether or not, I've said this before many times. I used to say it a lot on Far Cry. Oh, I feel like I'm near the end, and then suddenly there'd be like a new wave of quests and things to do because I was nowhere near the end. So I don't want to sort of like jinx it or anything. I know I've got tons of side stuff to do, and there's obviously the expansion packs, but what I'm planning to do is give The Witcher 3 a rest at the end of the main story so that I can concentrate on some other games, because I don't have as much time as other YouTubers, gaming YouTubers do, so I have to be very careful with what I select. And as I've said in the past, I kind of want to concentrate on some more editing practice and some funnies and some lightheartedness. So some games might be a little bit funnier with the content I add in. I might even do some horror games because I haven't done that yet, and I want to test myself because sometimes I can be a real pussy and other times I can be like, oh, is that it? And everyone else is horrified. And I'm like, oh, I was expecting a bit more. I'm worse with jump scares than I am actual gore. Gore's like, eh. But yeah, put me in like a darkened space with something running after me with weird footsteps and I'm like, ah! So that might be an interesting thing to do. So watch this space. But anyway, enough jibber jabber, as I always do on these intros, and I don't mean to. Let's go in, see what preparations got to happen. Again, if this is a two-parter, I'm not going to do like stop-start intros and exits. I'll just fade it off and then we'll get on to the second half and the second video when that happens. Okay, let's see what's in store for us. Let's go in.
Geralt found Ciri at last, on the Isle of Mists where the elven mage had concealed her. There was no time to rejoice, for the wild hunt descended on them. They fled, Ciri teleporting them to Kaer Morhen, where their friends awaited.
Well, that feels a bit like the wall, doesn't it, in Game of Thrones?
Yen, you know the wild hunt better than anyone else. Tell us about the magic they use.
The navigators open portals, rifts that we might counter with Dimeritium or our own magic. They also summon the frost that occupies.
Oh, so we can use bombs on the portals.
There's just not enough of us. It'll be a hard fight.
Good to see you.
Oh, here's our dude. What is that? I don't know. I'm now like worried. Pause if you want to read it. So that was a bit fast. Pause really quickly. That anything might be useful. Well, we've now got a...
You found her. They told me the hunt was after her, that those buggers might burst in uninvited. So I've made a Mahakaman mix. When this ploughing blows, it'll be bits and pieces, nothing more.
Awesome. Is he a...
Bring all your tools with you?
Thought to myself, a battle approaches. Blades will need honing, plate will need some hammering, that sort of thing.
Thought right. Thanks, Sultan.
Thanks,
Plan to
matey.
top that by brewing some more Mahakaman mix. Shite so volatile you need but glance at it to set it off like a flaming fart. Very useful during sieges.
I bet. Cool. Let's see if he can repair us quickly.
Willing to craft something for me?
I don't know if I need it.
Provided you've a diagram.
I mean, I've got that, but... Just thinking I should really repair before we head off. What's he got? You got anything tasty? Ooh. Me likey. Well, go on then. You only live once. Right. That'll do.
All right. We'll talk later, Zoltan.
Oh, it is missing. Why did it come off? No, I didn't ask for that. Let's put those on, because they look like they could be fun if we need them. And in fact, what bombs have I got? Because she said Demetrium or whatever. Demetrium. Sounds like a guy who owns a local kebab shop. That's Devil's Puffball, so that's not the right one. I'm not even going to try and say it. So there's that one. Blinds opponent. Is there anything that's kind of fiery? Fire damage. Excellente! Oh, that explodes when ignited. And I'll be using my... I'll hang on. Produces fire ignites from that surrounding area. 13 seconds, 100 fire damage. Oh, see, that's 400 fire damage. I can't remember which one I put in now. That one and that one. Oh no, I just switched it out. Oh no, that's fine. Oh no. Okay. Alright. It's all good in the hood. Because we know there's... I mean, I managed to... I've been looking at beefing up my... Oh, it's Ermion. Keeping my fire damage.
She's one of us, Geralt. No way we'll let him take her.
Oh, thanks, Lambert. It's the first nice thing you've ever said.
Piece of junk. Barely younger than Vesemir.
Yeah, what was I saying? I've been trying to keep my Igni, that's the word, fairly violent. Time for a meditate.
Greetings, Wolf.
Because I reasoned that...
It's high enough.
You drop it a bit every time you release the string.
No, it's Vess.
Flaming projectiles require a different trajectory. You're here.
Yeah.
Glad to see you.
Set out alone, Vess tracked me down. Insisted on coming.
I ought to give you a hiding for not asking my help, but I took it all out in roach along the way.
Ah, some old friends.
Oh, yeah.
What's this horse son doing here?
We need him.
You might have forgotten what he did. I haven't.
Now, she doesn't like authority, so you got to understand me. I'll keep an eye on him. Yeah, let's go with number 1.
Gotta save Ciri, whatever the cost. And Letho's faced the hunt before.
I don't question his abilities. I simply don't trust him.
Letho won't betray us.
You're naive. Always have been. Usually I don't give a shit, but this time it could kill Vess and me both. Think this through before it's too late.
Oh dear.
We'll stay and help. But we don't want him at our backs.
Fair enough. I mean, I'd forgotten about him. Why did I think he died in that last quest I did? So I maybe didn't record that one. So I'm sorry if I didn't, guys, which is probably a bit confusing. I didn't know that he'd come back to help. Why would I? We didn't go and ask him. But yeah, in my choices, I discovered at the very beginning of the game meant that I would meet Letho because I decided to choose that he wouldn't die or do something, can't remember. And then he just popped up in a random quest that I had no idea he was going to be there, and I wasn't recording because I was just farming at the time. Didn't know the importance of it, and now he's here. So, as I say, I'm pretty green in the lore and backstory of The Witcher 3, so I do apologise, and if you do know why, then you'll know. You know. You'll know if you know. So, yeah. Oh, and I'm sorry, I just completely forgot to say Igni, yeah. So I assumed anything that's, you know, ice or water-based won't like fire, so I just managed to just keep going with my Igni beefing up in the tree. Oh, don't like that door. Okay. So that's good. So we've got Letho. He's pretty...
Illusion.
Oh. Kira! How you doing, love?
Greetings, Geralt. If I'm to die today, I wish to look smashing for the occasion. Leave my dresser alone.
Getting all gussied up for the wild hunt?
Women only ever beautify themselves for their own satisfaction.
Glad you're here.
That's true.
It's good to see you again.
Thought you might arrive earlier.
Expected you earlier.
I started off heading in the opposite direction, but then turned around.
What made you change your mind?
There are times when a woman should simply not explain her decision. That goes doubly for sorceresses.
Yeah, again, I can't remember if we recorded it. Not sure if we did. But we helped her out. I think we did, actually.
Kaer Morhen to your liking?
More so than Velen, but that's hardly an achievement.
True. Yeah, we convinced her to... Oh. I never know when something's going to start. It's all going to kick off now.
Get everybody together. Time to talk.
Is this battle plans? What we're going to do? I thought Vesemir would have done that, but no. Eh? What was he looking at? Oh, how weak the place is. That giant hole in the wall needs
Thank you for coming.
filling up.
The wild hunt will be here soon. They're coming for Ciri. Want to take her? We'll stop them.
How do you even know the hunt will show?
They always know where I teleport to, and they move from place to place in an instant.
So what's our plan?
Gotta take the initiative. We'll all have a task.
There aren't many of us, but I'd trust any of you with my life. Work together and we'll defeat the hunt. When they attack, Yen'll dome the fortress with a magic shield. Hunt will be forced to land outside the walls.
If they're dispersed out in the woods, we could hunt down small groups of riders.
Got our first volunteer for the hunting party. I'm the second.
Count me in too. Always believed attack is the best defense.
The hunt will try to penetrate into the fortress through navigator portals. I can do nothing against this kind of magic, so you'll need to find and close as many as you can while hunting in the woods.
Lambert'll make us dimeridium bombs. Remember the formula?
Of course.
Excellent. Erden should work on the portals as well. I shall also give you each an amulet. Snap them in half and you'll become invisible, at least while you remain still or move slowly. Move abruptly, engage any foes, clash with them, and they will see you. Apart from that, they will be able to hear you and smell you. If you come across a large unit, do not attack. Signal Triss and she will provide support.
I'll look for your signal. Soon as I see it, I'll rain fire on the forest.
Okay. I think they all know we have to work together.
Ciri's most important in all of this. The hunt's after her, and we have to defend her at all costs.
What do I do?
Stay inside the keep. If they break through, come inside. We'll all converge to help you.
Out of the question. I can look after myself.
No one doubts that, child. But remember the most important moment when hunting a monster?
Wait for an opportunity.
After the council, I'll give you an amulet. If you use it, a ball of fire will land where you're standing. just in case.
Okay. Oh, well, let's say it just for the hell of it.
Remember, there's only a few of us. We have to help each other, work together. If anything goes wrong and the hunt puts us on the defensive, we pull back, make a stand at the gates of the fortress. The inner courtyard is our last line of defense. If we don't stop them there, we're doomed.
Okay. The inner courtyard.
What else do we have that we can use?
Since you plan to ambush the hunt in the woods, I could dig some trapping pits, blue stripe style.
Meaning?
Deep as the dark abyss, bottoms bristling with sharpened stakes.
I brought this Mahakaman mix. Flammable as bone-dry saltpeter and ploughing sticks to anything. We fill some barrels, stack them in a narrow passage, and fire them up at an opportune moment.
You know, we stand on a vast deposit of gas. If need be, I could open cracks in the earth, create explosions. I would need to prepare, though.
There's a laboratory and the workshop.
One thing to remember, we've got limited resources and even less time. We ought to decide what kind of weaponry will be most useful against the hunt.
Absolutely. We need to assign one type of weaponry each to the lab and workshop.
Okay.
Anyone have any ideas for the workshop?
Been wanting to fix that breach in the wall, but we'll need the same tools to clear the rubble from the armory.
Rubble?
Haven't you heard? Roof caved in a couple of years back. There's some excellent swords in there. Swords we could use.
Filling in the breach seems just as important.
Yeah.
They come through there, the siege will be over awfully quick.
Exactly. No, I think we need to patch up the wall.
Fixing the breach in the wall's a priority.
Let's not forget the laboratory. I started brewing some potions. Like to finish, if you don't mind.
I could prepare more of those Witcher's traps, but I'd need all the lab equipment.
The problem is, with the potions, I mean, I've got a feeling the game, well, it's probably just going to give us a stock of potions. Whereas, if this is all about waves of attacks, which is what I feel the game is possibly doing, because I don't know if this is going to be a boss fight in the old sense of the word, where it's a few waves and then a main boss. I feel like this feels like a siege. So breaching the wall and anything that's going to slow them down is better. I'm going to go with the traps.
There aren't many of us, so we'll need to prepare as many traps as possible.
We won't have time to do much else. Everything settled?
Oh, so you can change your mind. That's interesting. I'm actually quite happy with my choice there. If it's wrong and we die and we get a chance to try again, then I'll come back and I'll change it. But I feel that the way this is set up, it feels like this is waves. And I think with anything, you need to slow them down. So a breach in the... I mean, what's the point of all of this preparation if there's a great big hole in the wall for a start? Didn't like the idea of that in the first place when we ran through it with Lambert, but there we go. Or was it Escort? Can't remember. Anyway. Right, let's get to work.
Yes, settled. We don't have much time, so let's get to work.
Let's sum up. Yennefer will create a magic barrier to repel the main assault. That should push the opposing force into the woods, where Lambert, Geralt, and Letha will be waiting. They'll use Dimeridium to close the Navigator's portals, stop as many warriors as possible from entering the fortress. Triss will be waiting for their signal, then give the riders hell. All others will repel any foes who make it inside the fortress walls.
If anything goes wrong, we abandon the outer courtyard, pull back to the keep. Remember, Aridin can't get his hands on Ciri. That's most important. Let's look at the map of the fortress, figure out the details.
She also said Erden could be used against the portals. I don't know how many bombs I'll have the chance to make or use, so I'm going to be sparing with that. I might want to use those in the main battle.
We've overlooked something important.
Don't think about it.
Oh.
What's ready?
Haven't had much time to prepare, so not much, honestly.
Thanks.
I'm exposing you all to danger, unnecessarily.
You worry too much. Wipe that frown off your face.
Not unnecessary.
Thanks for everything.
I'll saddle the horses. Come once you're ready to head into the woods.
Taking Letho with us.
You know my opinion.
Yeah, there we go. Ooh, 500. Oh, is that going to send me over the edge to 27? When did I become level 29? Hold the line. Oh. Did I suddenly gain a couple of levels without my knowledge? I was on the cusp of being level 27. And now I'm level 29. Is this something that's supposed to happen in the game? Or is it just because I received a crap ton of... which is really nice because, guess what? If I go to the chesty over here, I can avoid Siri because she might want to do a cutscene chat. I'm just going to walk super around the edge just in case. I've got my woven gear in the chest. Yep, take a look. Ooh. Good God. It's like a deck chair. I'm not impressed, you know. Well, at least you are in the School of the Wolf for the final kickoff. Now let's put some nice shiny things in there. I might cut if this takes me a while to figure out because we ain't got the time. Right. I've had a change of clothes. I've put all my shiny baubles in my swords and yeah, I look pretty cool. I mean, not keen. There we go. It's not a fashion parade, Liz. Do we need to talk to Siri? I know how she's doing. It's alright, girl.
Got a minute?
Serious talk coming.
Ooh, petulant, much. I won't let them take you. Let's go with one.
They're after you. No matter what happens, you can't put yourself in danger.
Want me to sit and wait while others risk their lives for me?
Listen to me this once. Don't take matters into your own hands.
Don't treat me like a child.
Didn't even do that when you were one.
I like it when you smile.
Creepy.
Come here.
Creepier.
Everything will be all right.
Oh, I don't like the way she said that. As if to say I'm gonna do what the fuck I like anyway. Ooh. A enhancement table. You sneakily slip behind there that I didn't know. Thank you very much. Right. Thing is, what we didn't get across to literally everyone is if he gets hold of her, we're all fooked royally. So it's less about what she wants and what we want and more about the rest of the world. Kinda. Pep talk over. Yeah, don't get me to do any pep talks.